Hey, what's up guys and gals, my name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Dream of Jeannie. Now I've been watching I Dream of Jeannie for many years, but I've recently got a little bit more into it and wanted to bring you some incredible facts that I think you will love. These are great for casual watchers as well as people who are really into the show. Don't forget to browse my channel as I have other videos from other classic sitcoms that I think you'll enjoy. The show starred the amazing Barbara Eden as Genie as well as Larry Hagman as Major Anthony Nelson. So let's get right to the first fact. Now I do want to preface this by saying that I absolutely love the show. I love Larry Hagman and his portrayal of Nelson as well as Barbara's portrayal of Genie. But if you look at Larry Hagman, you may not have known he had offset a few issues having to do with substance abuse. And that wasn't the only issue. Barbara Eden herself talks about an unforgettable occasion when Larry didn't like a particular script. His answer was to throw up all over the set. These are her own words. According to her, she doesn't know if they were nerves or method acting, but she didn't like to stick around during these moments and his random outbursts, so she just went along and kind of locked herself in her dressing room, trying to stay away from all of this drama. Now, Hagman was pretty much dissatisfied with the show's direction and the character because he feared that he would be typecast. Now, his drinking and drug abuse became, as I mentioned, pretty much a consistent issue on the show. Sometimes he was even under the influence during filming and began to show up on set asking strange questions and even scaring crew members. He did all these antics, which I won't get into in this video, but I did want to bring this to light. But I did want to also paraphrase this by saying that even though once they said action, Larry Hagman was brilliant, in my opinion, as a part of Nelson. I think he did a fantastic job and was very lovable. Why do I say this? Well, because I never noticed anything when I watched any episode. He was just brilliant and did a fantastic job. Now I'm going to spoil the ending of I Dream of Jeannie, so cover your ears if you don't want to hear. The characters of Major Nelson and of course Genie got married during the final course of the show, but you know what? Barbara Eden was strongly opposed to this marriage of these two characters. She believed, and I would say rightfully so, that Genie was not a human, which made a union or a marriage like this invalid. She believed that the playful, flirty banter between both of them would kind of die after this concept of them getting married. There would be no mystery there, and it would pretty much not serve the story well. What do you guys think about that? Now, if you looked at the show in syndication, you may have noticed that some of the episodes are actually in black and white, while a lot of them are in color. That's because several episodes in season 1 were in black and white, but this would be the end of an era where TV shows would no longer be in black and white and began to all become filmed in color. Now, there were reasons why the producers wanted to keep the show black and white, at least for the first season, and this is why. It was too difficult to get the color of Genie's smoke cloud edited for every episode. They wanted the smoke to appear pink on screen, but their visual effects weren't able to accomplish this at the time. Remember, this is the mid 1960s. And two, it would cost them $400, that is $400 in 1960s time, $400 more to air the show in color. But by the time the second season completed filming, they were able to make more money off of the show, obviously, and they were able to change the smoke's color on camera to pink, which both increased the profit, revenue, and interest of the show and allowed Genie to be aired in color. Now look very closely at the first 10 seasons of I Dream of Jeannie, because in 1965, Barbara Eden was pregnant with her only son, Michael. And so what the producers did, they hid her pregnant belly with the whole top instead of using the normal harem costume she'd be usually remembered for wearing. After she gave birth though, she began putting on the top harem costume, which actually allowed the show to spike in ratings and overall did well for everyone. Now remember that this was the 1960s and they still had pretty strict codes when coming to censoring. So any undertones that seemed inappropriate had to be avoided. Producers made sure that they always focused on the censorship guidelines so they wouldn't get in trouble. Now, whenever Genie and the Major entered a room together, the door had to remain open the entire time. Additionally, either one of the two characters, either Major Nelson or Genie, had to be shown exiting the room alone, which gave us the impression that nothing inappropriate took place. They even had to add the pink cloud of smoke, implying that she did leave the room and nothing improper happened. Now, anyone who's a fan of the show loves the idea of the Genie bottle in itself. Now, where is it? Well, Barbara Eden explains in a very awesome story that they were looking for a prop to make the bottle, and they discovered that Jim Beam had a Christmas bottle that year. So they acquired dozens of crates of these bottles and painted them to look as the paint scheme that is seen in the show. Eden herself, at the time of this recording, has one of the only and original bottles still in existence from the show. And this purple bottle has been through a lot in the 40 years. One of the things was the 1994 Los Angeles, also known as the Northridge earthquake. Her house was all shaken up where she kept the bottle, but everything fell off of the shelf where it was on in her Beverly Hills home, but the bottle somehow ended up safely on top of a stack of books. So they were able to get the bottle in a safe deposit box to be able to keep it safe for future generations. And that's it, guys and gals. I hope you enjoyed this look at I Dream of Jeannie facts, some of these which you may not have known of. Now, which of these was the most fun and surprising for you to hear? I'd love to know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for your support as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up to let me know that you want to see more videos just like this. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, be hopeful.